Hi guys, Puddin here with the game for you, my Tier 8 Premium Japanese Destroyer High School Fleet Harekaze. Now, my captain skills are Preventative Maintenance, Last Stand, Torque Reload Faster, IFHE, and Concealment. IFHE because I'm using the 100 mil. My modules are Protect My Main Batteries, Better Accuracy, which helps me get my torpedo launchers swung around, Protect My Engine, Better Rudder Shift, and of course more Concealment. Now, for those of you who did not know, my most played ship prior to about 2 months ago was the old Tier 9 Kagero. I loved that thing and I thought it was great. I think the Yumago did a fine job replacing it, but the Kagero, where it stands now, not as fun as it used to be for me, just because of the stealth nerfs. It's tier placement now. The power creeps that have come up, but the old Kagero will always have a special place in my heart. The new Kagero is just as good and is adequate. This ship is 10 times better for one reason. You can select the guns on here. You can go with the stock Kagero guns, or you can get the 100 mil guns, which I believe are on the Akazuki, or you can get the Montana secondary 127 mil. Now the 127 is one barrel per turret. The Akazuki is a 2 barrels per turret, so you can get a little bit more firepower. You give up a little bit more turret rotation, but you kind of keep the rate of fire. But IFHE is a must. Now, as you can see, we are on B. We are bottom tier, but that is no big deal. The Kagero has 5.4 kilometer detectability. There is nothing in this game except for another Kagero or another high school fleet Harekaze that can outspot me. I'm just trying to figure out what is on cap, where it is. I'm using the mini map to see where he is. I'm going to ping the side that I believe he's at. I actually drop one set where I think the destroyer would be, and I hold on to one set. Now, I know he's got to be over in F5-ish somewhere, because I have not been detected yet. And like I said, I will outspot anything except for another Harekaze or Kagero. And if they are not running a full stealth build, I will outspot them. We see as the Shimakaze pops up, he instantly pops his smoke. I drop my torpedoes in the hopes that he saw that set and thinks that I've already sent my second set and that he will sit there and just eat torpedoes. But as you can see, my hope is quickly evaporating as far as people willing to shoot. The shimmy, because he, is popping in and out. But I do not have to shoot. What I want to do is keep this guy hidden. No, I don't want to keep him hidden. I want to keep him spotted. I want to stay hidden. The reason I want to stay hidden is because I don't want the enemy to know exactly where I am. The only information they are getting right now is I'm somewhere on B. Now, with my torpedoes, they can take an educated guess, but as you can see, we've already done a couple course changes. So, really, the only information I get is I'm somewhere on B. Now, I don't want to shoot. I just want to scare this guy off. I want somebody to take a shot in on this guy, get him off cap, so I can move on my merry way and continue hunting him down while torping his battleships. But I've always been a big believer in protecting caps. And as you can see, we have a massive lemming train going to A. There are 4 ships that are not currently close to A. There are 4 ships that are closer to B. I am one of them. These is the other. I believe it is a Mogami and an Alabama. That is all the backup I have. But the only thing they can see and shoot at is really the Bismarck. I'm not sure if anybody's taking pop shots at the Hindenburg that is in C. Now, I dropped my torpedoes on the Bismarck because I was thinking he was going to keep coming, but it did look like he turned out a little bit. I get spotted. The Shimakaze gets spotted, but I do not shoot. Just want to remain hidden. And here comes the Bismarck secondaries. That is why I did not shoot. I did not want his secondaries involved in this fight because I don't want the Shimakaze to have the advantage. I want all of the advantage. Now, it looks like, well, never mind. I was going to say it looks like the first set was going to miss, but nope. Bismarck detonated one torpedo. Congratulations. I just gave you flags. Thank you for flags for me for getting first blood and a dev strike. But we now know where the Shimakaze is, and at this point I'm feeling a little bit more encouraged to actually duel this guy out. I should be able to beat him easily because I have better rate of fire than him. I will also get the first shots off to where he will not, even though I got spotted. He knew where I was. Still get the first shots off because my turrets can turn. Now, like I said, as you can see, this guy was full health. This guy's taking shots in on me and actually gets a nice chunk out. Now, that is the difference. The Shimmy has powerful guns, but I have better rate of fire. Now, I noticed that the Hindenburg shots were actually coming in, which is why I smoked up. You can say, well, how did you know the Hindenburg shots were coming in? You were sighted up on the Shimakaze. I noticed shots from the Hindenburg were coming up because he was detected on the map. And as any good cruiser captain should do, they will always shoot destroyers. 2, I'm the closest target. I believe everything else is out of range. And I do believe the guy was not spotted until he shot at me. Now, I do not want to be sitting down in smoke because I only notice 2 sets of torpedoes. And we all know the Shimmy gets 3. So I'm just going to bugger out of there. I'm going to hit my speed boost. I don't want to use my smoke. I do not have the best gun range because, you know what, I just kind of don't need the gun range. This is a torpedo boat, even though I have very workable guns. These guns are more for self-defense. I will always have the advantage against the Shimakaze in the fight as long as it's a 1v1. But if I had more friendlies, it would be even better. But I don't want his ships helping him out. Now, these are 10-kilometer torps. These are very workable torps, even though they are the stock Kagero torps, which I do believe are a little bit slower. But because you have that great concealment at 5.4, you can get pretty much within 6 kilometers or closer, depending on how much man juice you had taken to really get these torpedoes to hit. You can get 5.5 kilometers, remain undetected, drop these torpedoes, and usually by the time they see it at that range, your spread is very, very tight still, they're dead. But I'm not going to pay attention to the Hindenburg because I do believe I sent them at the right time. I was trying to time it with his float plane in the air to just pass by as I launched my torpedoes to where these hammer home. But I need to reset this cap as the torpedoes find their mark. Good night, Hindenburg. You knew I was in area. Why were you sailing in straight lines? Not just battleship captains that need to learn this lesson. Apparently, well, Battleship Hindenburg, cruisers do need to learn this lesson. Now, the reason I did shot and the reason I did take the chance, even though I knew the Hindenburg was in the area, was if he did want to shoot at me, he'd be dodging my torpedoes. I fired him prior to him being within range, but he was making up the distance. I wanted to reset the cap to, make the Shimmy stick around longer for more of my team to show up. I am not going to shoot when there's an enemy cruiser this close because that would be suicidal. What I'm trying to do is give this Alabama smoke. Now, I didn't ping the map, tell him smoke, that I was going to set smoke screen. All I do is tell him to slow down. I was hoping that this gentleman would pay attention to chat, that if he saw me type in slow down, he would know to slow down, because I have been pinged by several people before to, give me support. And if you just look at that, you can see my name and you can see what ship I am in. It knows I'm a destroyer, and there's only one reason the DD says slow down. It's to smoke them. But obviously there's miscommunication, but whatever. There are ships behind them. If they want to use it, it's more than willing. Maybe it did take some pressure off of the Alabama, but unfortunately, he slows down at the wrong time. But I'm just going to keep this room spotted. I see the Harekaze was going to take shots, and I do take shots, and I'm hoping the Harekaze will shoot. I really shot those to get him spotted. If he was, dumb enough to shoot back. Fortunately, he was not. But this rune is low enough health. I need to take shots, but as you can see, these are really just going to fall short because I'm not going to run AFT and get my detection plume bigger than it needs to be. This is a torpedo boat. At the end of the day, the guns are for self-defense. Now at this point, I'm looking at the score, I'm looking at the caps, I'm looking at positioning of ships. We know where the Shimmy's at, we know the last known position of the Yumago, we know the Montana is running. We know the Rune's running. Rune's not going to last longer because, he's the only guy spotted, and, being the only guy spotted means everybody who can will in the end is going to shoot you. Now, I was going to go to try to chase down the Shimmy, and at this point I noticed, there's a Shimmy by the Bismarck. I would be better suited going somewhere else. Now, my line of thinking is, if I was that deity, I would be making my way back to the Montana to try to support the Montana, but now I believe the Yumago decides to start shooting at Mogami. Not the best life choices. But maybe under the circumstances it is, because as you can see, we have ship lead, cap lead, we have the point lead big time. Now, I do not want to bore you guys with me chasing down a Montana that I'm never going to get. I know this. Pretty much all I'm doing is trying to screen for the guys on their way to sea to where the high school fleet ship is, because it's never been spotted. I don't know where he is, what he's doing. Never seen his tarps. But guys, we're just now going to go check out the post-battle results, because of course we won. 95,000 damage, 2 devastating strikes, first blood, and with the 2 ships and 4 base defense, number 1 on the team with base experience of 2,200, just for doing my job. Oh look, a premium made money. I'm just speechless at awe of this. 8,000 damage coming from the main batteries. Obviously, most of that against the Shimmy, and all of that HE. But more importantly, the reason you do play your Japanese destroyers, once again, is 86,000 from the torpedoes. Now, while this isn't huge damage, it does showcase some things that I do try to hammer home. Just doing your job, and that you get experience through percentage of damage. As you can see, the dev strike on the Bismarck was at 36,000, and the dev strike on the Hindenburg was for 50,000. That's pretty much 100% of the Hindenburg was mine, and about 52%-ish to the Bismarck. I'm probably off on some of my percentages, but whatever, is close enough. It's been a very long day for me. You guys will find out more about that a little bit later. Probably on Friday. Now, as you can see, only 38,000 upon my spotting, which I think is absolutely absurd and stupidly broken. I really wish they would make it so you get a little bit more for spotting experience. It would definitely help out CV economy, and it would definitely help out destroyers on doing their job, hunting other destroyers, keeping ships spotted, just all around good team play. And on the thought process of good team play, please remember to compliment good teamwork, good team play. We are quick to report, slow to compliment. I do hope you guys did learn something from this. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video. We appreciate all the support you guys give us. We love the replays you guys send us. The email for that is in the description down below. Please hit that like and subscribe button and have yourselves one heck of a great day.